Nikri, Rarewala, but Jagteshwar Preet Singh. 1984, I had an export company in America. I used to come and go.
Okay.
The company was called Equiparts International. We were dealing mostly with construction and oil field equipment. They're exporting to Middle East. 53, I was born in 1931. When the attack took place, I was in Rada, which is close to Ludhiana. It's on the main road. And we heard about it, and my sister came after the attack. She said, we got to go to the Darbar Sahib, and I went there. The Darbar Sahib was destroyed completely, mostly. And nobody else had gone in. There was just, the dead bodies were still lying there when we entered. And the army was there, Sundarji was there. They didn't stop us because my sister was member parliament or whatever it is. They didn't stop us. We went in and we took pictures. And we entered from the gate next to Guru Ramdas Rai. We entered and went all around. I saw the places where underground, where the Sikhs had taken positions, which the army didn't know, And that's what brought the army. Most of the army was wounded in the knees. And I saw they were all Roshandans, lower level, around the Parkarma. Then I went to the Akali office. That's where I met the old SGPC member. I forget his name, I have it written down somewhere. He was elected from Rada. And he was the one who escaped with a wound in his stomach. He showed me the wounds. He was not an eyewitness to the attack, but he had just come out and his wounds were bandaged, and he showed us. He took his shirt off. He said, I was wounded, and if I had not moved, they would have burnt me along with the rest of the corpses. And he was lying in the Guru Ramdas Sarai, lying on the floor. The floor was full of urine and other stuff, because there's a bathroom right in the center. It was all wet. He says we survived by just licking all that, because it was not, we were very thirsty. And then he showed me, he said, just take a trip up there. The rooms, each room, there was blood in. And, massacred. They had taken the bodies away. Then one of them took me to the room, big hall where they keep the razais. And razais have a Roshandan about level. You look through that and there's nothing but razais. That was all set on fire, and this Roshandan, they were throwing bodies in it. That's what I was told. We came down, then I saw where this person was wounded. Then I saw all the destruction around. Then we went to Akal Takht Sahib. We were not allowed to go in, but we saw it was direct shell. Army shells had blown it apart. They were trying to cover it up. And other than that, there was too much army over there. Our movement was restricted. You can't go there. They even tried to take the camera away. But then he went and fought with Sundarji, and he relented and he let us keep the camera. I didn't see Brad, and only Sundarji. The other guy was Vaidya. Vaidya was slightly known to me because Vaidya's daughter or somebody is married to a Salarian, where my brother was. So Vaidya, I didn't think he was that bad, but he was feeling bad about the whole thing. Sundarji was guilty. Brar, I have no respect for that man. Because what I heard was that when I went into the treasury, they said, good stuff. I said, it's been ransacked. You know, when you enter, there's a library. They told me the library was all right. But Toshe Khana, they said, a good bit of the stuff, that's what I was told. He says, go and see Barad's house, you'll find them there. Yeah. I haven't been to his house. Yeah. He's in Calcutta or someplace. As a Sikh, we were all angry. You know, everybody was very, very angry. And I think it is very difficult to make up with the Indians after that. Yeah. I am just alienated permanently. Mm-hmm. That's why I decided I might as well live in America or someplace. Mm-hmm. I was in Connaught Place, okay. G block, next to Regal Cinema, mm-hmm. G block, and my sister called me, late. She said, Nikri, I'm going to the Gurdwara, can you come with me? I said, sure. I drove her down there. She gave a speech, and from the speech, we went to Curzon Road, not far from Connaught Place. He had just started breakfast when I got a call from America, from my brother Jasjeet. And he is the one who informed me that Indra has been shot. I said, how do you know you're sitting over there? He says, everything is vivid right in front of us on TV over here. I said, in India, we don't know whether she's been shot or not. Until evening, they didn't say that she's been killed. They said she's wounded. Mm. They were preparing, I think, for the attack. It was pre-planned. All the weapons were being prepared for that. Now, at that time, the American embassy knew about it. I had a lunch appointment in the US Embassy Exa Club. When I went there, one of their security people, maybe he's CIA, maybe he's not, I don't know. He told me, he warned me, he said, be careful, they're going to attack you. I said, why? He said, our flag is half-mast because we know that she's dead. I said, they kept saying that she's wounded. And when we went back, I went back to Curzon Road, and my nephew had to go to the AIMS hospital, All India Medical Institute, because his grandfather, Father Ranjit Singh, was lying there and he was on his deathbed. My sister said, don't go there, look at the TV, look at the crowds, the masses, they're attacking the Sikhs. But he was insistent because it was his grandfather and his last words were important, whatever it was. When we were going on Prithviraj Road, almost at the end of it, that's where I saw a crowd in the front. There was a taxi stand there. They dragged the Sikhs out. I mean, I saw that crowd and I saw Sikhs burning. With a tire around his neck and he's jumping around and they're all dancing, the crowd. It turned out that was a taxi stand. They took all the Sikh drivers out and put tires around them and kerosene and they burned them alive. And we turned back. We were a bit late turning back because by the time we couldn't reverse. When we went back, the mob caught up with us. But we managed to go into the side lane and they were still behind us. They attacked the car with the bricks, broke the, and they all had the same weapon, a rod, half-an-inch rod, sharpened at the other end. That was the weapon supplied to them because we were not allowed to carry any weapons with us for protection because of this section, this and that. So they all knew that we are unarmed, so they were attacking us. my nephew, who was sitting in the back, he had a brick from the back hit his neck, but not badly hurt. We were moving fast.
Okay.
I had that fellow still in my hand, maybe he got hurt. The one who thrust that spear in there. And on the way to Imperial, every taxi stand, he stopped and warned them, this is what's happening. So they started taking precautions or measures. Imperial Hotel, we were there in time, and we warned all the taxi drivers, they were well prepared, they went in. Into the hotel, all the cars were taken in, and they came out armed with sticks. The police came to help them, but they were bribed by the hotel to go away. And then those people left us. But then they went to the other people and attacked the other houses. They knew exactly which house to attack. Because from Imperial, I went to a flat apartment on G block. That's where I saw their mob from the top. I don't know who the leader was. It could be Titler, it could be Sajjan Kumar, but I couldn't recognize it. I can't say that because I might be saying the wrong thing. But it was being led by one of the Congress leaders. And the police was with them, they were helping them burn the shops. The Marina Hotel, not far from us, got burnt. And then when I went out later on, we saw all the Sikh shops had been selected and burned. And the reason Marina Hotel got burned is because the office down below belonged to Duggal's Sikhs. I went around and we came out I had to get, my passport was burnt in Khem Singh Duggal's house. And I had to get an Indian passport. So I called up Natwar Singh, who is my class fellow. And I said, Natwar, my passport is burned, I want a new one. I just have the number of my old one. I had an old Indian passport, you see, I couldn't get the American. So he says, what? And I said, I tell your foreign office, I'm going to be there only 5 minutes because you know that they are killing us. No, Jakteshwar, this and that, Natwar. I said, I'm going to be there only 5 minutes. I want the passport ready. And Natwar he's a Jat from Bharatpur, married to Patiala. So when I went there, that fellow sitting there, I said, where's my passport? He said, at least give me a photograph. I said, I've got one. Quickly, he stamped, talk. And he said, please tell Natwar I've given you the passport. I said, all right. He was minister or something. I came back. I went to the embassy, back to the US embassy. I said, I've got all this material with me which I have to take out, videos and this and that. And they're searching. The next day I was leaving. So I had my passport and everything. I said, I have no visa, no nothing. This passport I just got made. That is also provisional, they'll give it. I gave that to the US Embassy in Delhi, and they said, you'll get it in Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi, I went there to pick it up, and they said, we are not allowed to, go between each embassy, we have to go through the head office, through the center. So he said, don't worry about it, your videos will be in Southampton when you get there. And they were there. I said, what about my passport and visa, this and that? He said, that you'll get in 15 minutes. Okay. So they'd given me a new American passport and a new visa. A visa I didn't need, but new American passport and everything else was made quickly. After 84 and after the Darbar Sahib, I think every Sikh's life was, we were so alienated from the whole India. I'm closer to the Pakistanis than I am to India. I'm more affinity to them because at least they're Punjabis, like us. And I don't think there can be any reconciliation. And I'm American, and I'm always working whatever I can to bring out whatever happened into the open. And hopefully I've got some more material that will come out. Before the independence, who is going to be our Prime Minister? Gandhis and Nehrus and Jinnahs and all were selected in England. They were brought here. And the latest book has come out that Gandhi came to the Congress, who were supposed to be our next rulers. He came and told them, look, Nehru has to be the Prime Minister. Nobody was for him. Patel wasn't, Rajendra Prasad, none of them, Maulana Azad. They said, no, we can't have Nehru. They said, Gandhi told them, I just had a talk with Mountbatten. If Nehru is not the Prime Minister, you can forget your independence for another 10 years. It was obvious, it was pre-planned, Nehru has to be made the Prime Minister. And after that, it's already pre-planned, Nehru family has to be there. Or one of their World Bank fellows have to be there. So that's all pre-planned thing, it's not spontaneous. The riots were not there, Delhi, they call it Delhi riots, it was not riots. No way, this was a pre-planned move. And Indira had already decided to attack Darbar Sahib. It was all pre-planned, calculated. After that, we'll finish the Sikhs. Sikhs fit in the simple reason that after the British only left, my personal opinion, I don't know if it's true, British left us, India, because of the Ghadar party. They were scared. And after the Jallianwala Bagh and all that, the Sikhs were antagonized by the British. Sikhs got against them. Before that, they used the Sikhs to suppress the rest. Mopla rebellion in South, everywhere they sent the Sikhs to suppress them. And then after Jallianwala Bagh and all that, then the Sikhs, they said, no, we can't trust the Sikhs, they are too independent-minded. We have to have the Pakistan because they have to have Pakistan and oil from the Kazakhstan, Middle East, Near East. That is their plan. Sikhs were an obstacle for them. That these guys, as long as they're there, Muslims said if the Sikhs are in Pakistan, they're always going to be trouble. And in India's side, they said, but how can we rule? Punjab was the Punjab Chief Minister will be the next Prime Minister. It was the premier province. What do we do about the Sikhs? Divide Punjab into small places, which they did. Sikhs started realizing what's happening, and that's now we're too late, or we still fight back. They wanted the Sikhs finished because without the Sikhs, the Nehru family could not have ruled. They couldn't have become the Prime Minister. They knew that we were going to, not tolerate it. I mean, Pakistan was more formed by the British. They wanted their base there. And now it's very obvious they want the base there. All the leaders keep getting $1 billion every year and all. The only thing is, I'm glad that people like you are still talking about it, because they're trying to brush it under the carpet. Forget it. Now don't talk about the past, let's talk about the future. That's kind of a thing. The Qalis are saying the same thing, everybody is. But I don't think we should forget it. We should keep it going.